Okay, hi guys. Today we're going to be reviewing the all-in-one Flower Power Granny Square yarn by Red Heart, and I'm going to be using this chart to basically tally up my score. I decided to go with the orange variation of the yarn because I thought it would be really pretty for spring. Basically, as soon as you open up your yarn, the pattern is on the inside, but you gotta be kind of careful that you don't like rip it up or anything. And if I can remember correctly, I believe they have the instructions in English and Spanish. But basically, they want you to start off and make your magic ring or your chain 4 and, slip stitch situation. I started off with a 5mm hook, and then I kind of realized that I needed to change my hook size or my tension or something, because by the time you end the first round you're supposed to be moved on to the next color, and I was nowhere near the second color. Yeah, I didn't realize that until a little bit later, but basically here's me just showing you guys that it was gonna be a little ways before I actually got to the second color. So this was the first time that I frogged the piece. Switched my hook to the 5.5mm finally, and then I was ready to begin again. I kept getting to the point where I had to just keep looking at the instructions again, and it makes sense, but the thing is the instructions are kind of small, so I felt like I just wanted to like write them down or something. I don't know how many times I frogged this and started over, but I was fed up, so I ended up cutting it, which defeats the purpose of the yarn, but whatever. Yeah, here's me manually color changing. The idea was if I just got this one section out of the way, the rest of the way would be smooth sailing. And yeah, then I couldn't get into the little part where I needed to slip stitch because I made it too tight. Okay, so then I left a tail so that maybe, just maybe, when I got to the third color, everything would be fine. And yeah, it was looking good. This is the part where you're making your flower, and no complaints here. And honestly, I really enjoyed making this flower. It is a really simple pattern when you really get the hang of it, and yeah, I'll be using this for projects in the future. So yeah, I finally reached the end of the pattern basically. I mean, not the pattern, the round. And I wasn't on the next color again, so I used my scissors again. Then once again, there's so many factors that go into this. Like, I don't know if it was the tension, or even if I followed the pattern slightly wrong, that would throw off where I'm at. But I still had a decent amount of yarn left that didn't get used. Meaning that overall, before we even get to the ratings and everything, technically it wasn't working for me, but I didn't know if I wanted to chop this down to like user error or, you know, something else. But then when you look at it overall, this is what the square looks like. So technically it did work for me. Just not exactly in the way that it was marketed though. Yeah, when I finally got done with the square, honestly looked really good. And then I decided to make another one and it went downhill again. When I finished off the other square, I ended up with this kind of thing. I had so much yarn left over. I started thinking, should I pull from a different side, or should I pull from the middle, or just different things to try to get it to work. But overall, I feel like for me it would just be easier to color change using the original method. Now it's time for some ratings. Overall, I'm just going to put the numbers right here in plain sight. It's not that practical for me simply because, like I said, I think it would be easier to just color change the regular way. 7 out of 10. And I feel like beginners could run into a little bit of trouble with this because of the way that the pattern is written, and also second guessing whether or not they're doing something wrong. But to be fair, all of the colors are in one skein, so 8 out of 10. I thought the color options were really pretty, and I also really love the texture of this yarn. It feels very soft and nice. So 9 and 9.5. I haven't finished making any projects with it. That leaves us with an average rating of 8.12. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.